Just a few decades ago, Texas was a different place. The food we ate was grown in our own communities. Today, we're moving less and eating more. Nearly 1 in 3 Texans are obese, and obesity has become a leading cause of death in America. But Texans are bringing healthy back. Across the state, communities are being reshaped to support and transform our health and well-being. Because reducing obesity starts with growing community.
Have you ever been to Dallas during rush hour? We currently are spending 1 million hours per year in our car stuck in rush hour traffic just in North Texas. We have some residents who actually live and work around here, but there aren't sidewalks on the streets to get from A to B.
If you ever wonder why it's difficult to get physical activity, it could be in part due to community design. Communities are built for cars and not people. We have effectively engineered physical activity out of our lives.
People who have access to trails and sidewalks are more likely to be physically active and thus less likely to be overweight or obese.
We need more trails to exercise on. We are working on a citywide plan to connect all the trails in Dallas so that you can go from one side of Dallas to the other. You'll be able to go through Dallas for miles and miles without ever getting in a car, without ever crossing a busy street. We're in charge of building a trail that will connect the popular Katy Trail to the Trinity River. The Trinity Strand Trail is going to be an 8-mile hike-bike commuter trail, as well as recreational user trail that will be in Southwest Dallas. The old Trinity River prior to 1908 wound through a very industrial area. We're going to tap into a beautiful 65-acre green space that is hidden in Dallas.
That's going to really be cool when we get that together, because then you'll be able to go all the way from Knox on the Katy Trail down to the Trinity River with no pedestrian automobile interaction. I think early fall we should have our whole design work done for the rest of the trail.
It's a huge endeavor. We go under some of the highways, so there is a lot of engineering to be done. People find that we're running out of room to grow. Well, so let's retrofit some of these things into what currently exists in Dallas or other urban cities.
The solutions for addressing this obesity epidemic lie at a community level. We made this environment, we can make it healthy. We can make it an environment that is conducive to active living.
Transforming a community into an active living community isn't going to happen overnight. All Texas communities, whether it's a large urban community or a small rural community, is going to be faced with their own unique set of challenges to making bigger changes in the environment.
Henderson is basically a rural East Texas community. We had some very lean budget years in the past. When you have very little money, you have to take care of the essentials. Parks got pushed to the side. We've had a very good economic turnaround since about 2000.
The city sent out in our water bill a survey of what the citizens of Russ County would like to see, and number 1 on the list was the trails.
We developed a 10-year master park plan based upon a lot of citizen input. Fair Park has a lot of history, and it also has a history of neglect. You know, the plan was, let's go to Fair Park and let's bring it back to not only the way it was when it was built, but better.
The Trails Project really struck our hearts because we saw Henderson could again become an active city. We need to get out, we need to use our trails, and we found that just in this short period of time that we've had a lot of people coming out to use the trail.
Phase 1 started with park trails. Those park trails have been completed. The second phase of the trails, we actually put some of the trails into the woods. Phase 3 is really the largest chunk of the park, and that hasn't even started yet. The playground equipment is coming, the spray ground's coming. It's a buzz all around town. Everybody's waiting for the next thing out there. And the next thing is a big thing, phase 3. Another feature will be the skate park. The skate park, right now they're using a tennis court out there.
The concrete part's coming this year, and that's the part we're working towards. The benefits for this new skate park is the kids have a place to go. They have no place to go right now. And I mean, most of these kids are just sitting around playing video games, eating Cheetos, and no physical activity whatsoever. And you can see as out there right now, the skaters, it's a very physical activity because these kids will skate till they just drop. So.
With this obesity epidemic, that skateboard park is going to be wonderful. All of these coalition members are working together for this one vision and this one purpose.
In the 10-year plan, we want to have trails crisscrossing the city. The city can't tell people what to eat or not to eat, and we can't force people to exercise, but we can provide a place and an environment. The community needs to know when to make a change. The best way to do it is to survey your citizens, find out what they want, and what can we do about it. But it really takes everyone working together for it to work.
The big picture, it certainly is worth it on many levels to engage communities, to plan. From a health perspective, it improves and increases physical activity and therefore reduces your risk of overweight, obesity, and other health conditions. And so ultimately, that planning, that investment results in a healthier community.
To learn more, visit texasbringinghealthyback.org.